Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my transfer plans for Game Week 15 and also how I got on in Game Week 14, also some knee-jerk reactions as well. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below, leave a comment, how did you get on in Game Week 14, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, Game Week 14 was a bit of a roller coaster. Looked all but certain I was getting a red arrow after the first few games, but then big boys like Ollie Watkins brought it back. Son really helped me out this week. So I finished on 64 points, a very slight green arrow. I went from like 27 to 24k, but it is another green arrow. And from how the game week started, I never thought in a million years I was going to get a green arrow. Areola picking up 2 points. Obviously, it's just a certain water is wet, whatever. Cash picking up 1 point. Yeah, that benching was a little bit annoying. I mean, they conceded 2 goals anyway, so it's not like he was going to be getting anything even if he started. And my bench was absolutely horrific anyway. Literally everyone on the bench got 1 point, so it didn't really matter in the end of the day. I couldn't not have fielded a better team in terms of my subs as well. So, yeah, the 1 pointer is annoying, but there's nothing I could have done about it. Like, I'm not going to be playing him again, so it is what it is. But it was his last kind of hurrah for me. Gabriel picking up 2 points. Really unfortunate that Wolves did score in the last minutes of the game. Definitely feel for people that had double Arsenal defense though, because that one definitely would have stung. I lost a few points though, because obviously I had Saka and Gabriel, so I lost 5 points there from the clean sheet from both of those. But it is a bit unfortunate. Anderson also picking up 2 points, was kind of high on the bonus as well, so I was really hoping he would get some sort of return. But no, unfortunately nothing. It's his last game next week for me, who's got Bournemouth at home, and then after that I will be getting rid of Anderson too. Simicast picking up 4 points. I mean, with them conceding 3 and Simicast still coming away with 4 points, very happy about that. Did pick up the assist for the last goal. Some people may have argued against it, but I guess he did get a little flick on with his head when obviously Trent scored that screamer. I mean, that Liverpool game was just ridiculous. Like, Liverpool only scoring screamers in that game was, I mean, the quality in that game was absolutely crazy, man. Milo, what a game. But yeah, definitely never going to be playing 4 players at the back again, because it's just like clean sheets just don't happen this year, man. Like, it's just horrific. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have a massive change at the back, 100%. But yeah, I do not want to play 4 defenders ever again. Some people were saying like play Hechan over Gabriel and stuff, and like, I don't know, giving me a bit of stick in the comments, being like, why are you not playing him? Like, you don't know anything. I was like, to be fair, Arsenal have got like the best defense in the league, and Hechan's Arsenal away is not an easy fixture at all. And even though Wolves did score, it definitely made sense to play Gabriel over Hechan. Plus, he did actually outscore him by 1 point, so that was quite funny there. But yeah, I'll obviously be playing Hechan next week because, or midweek, just simply because he's got Burnley at home. But anyway, that was the back line and the goalkeeper. The midfield definitely helping me out, all getting returns. Son getting 10 points. I mean, that start of that game, scoring and then scoring an own goal, and then getting an assist as well, and then getting some bonus points. It was all over the place, but Son finally returning was really cool to see. I wasn't expecting to return in the City game, but yeah, when he scored first, I was really happy about that, and definitely helped my rank, because he's not actually as highly owned as I thought. Like, I think around my rank, he's only like 50% owned, which is kind of crazy, because he's such a good asset in the game. So yeah, that 10-pointer was really nice to see. Saka picking up 8 points as well. Salah picking up 5. Very happy that Salah only really got 1 return, because a lot of people did captain him this week. And then Mbeumo getting 5 as well. Really unfortunate, man. Like, I thought he would kind of go big against Luton. Did still get an assist, but yeah, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more. Obviously, I didn't just buy him for the Luton game. He's got like Brighton midweek and stuff. And obviously they cannot keep the ball out of the back of the net, so hoping for something there. Did get subbed as well on the 77th minute or something like that, which hasn't been subbed all season. And then the game week I bring him in, of course he gets subbed, but it is what it is. Probably just getting rested for the Luton game midweek. Hopefully it's not any kind of injury. Wouldn't surprise me though, because every transfer I bring in recently has just been getting injured. Like, I brought in Eze last week, he went and got injured. It's just really unfortunate. And then the legend that is Ollie Watkins, didn't know if he was going to start, played him anyway, and then picked up a goal and an assist whilst Darwin blanked. Could not have really gone better. Picked up 2 bonus points as well. So really happy that I decided to keep Watkins, because I know there's people out there that got rid of him for like a hit and stuff like that. Again, I didn't know if he was going to start. I just didn't really think it was worth taking a hit. when there was the chance that he could start. And I always thought if he did start, he could always do something against Bournemouth. And lo and behold, he did get a goal and assist, which I was really, really happy about. A good finish as well at the end of the game, that header. So yeah, really happy that I've got him. And of course, I've kept him for like game week 18 as well, because that's when a lot of people are going to be wanting to bring him back. Because obviously that's such a good fixture for Villa. And then also Haaland, my captain, getting 14 points. I mean, what could have been? I feel like if you didn't captain Haaland this week, you got really, really lucky, because he missed an absolute sitter, which was basically an open goal. Did get 2 assists, which was really nice. Got a yellow card, which wasn't ideal. And then, obviously, the big talking point of that game was when he set Grealish through at the end of the game. I don't know if Grealish was going to finish that, but if he did, that would have been another assist for Haaland. Would have got a hat-trick of assists. Wouldn't have got the yellow card. So, yeah, it would have been an extra 2 points from the yellow card, putting him on to 16, and then an extra 6 points from the assist, which would have put him on to 22, which is a massive change, like 8 points difference. So, yeah, that was really, really unfortunate. Again, we don't know if Grealish was going to score that, but the fact that the refereeing was just super corrupt then with that decision, played advantage and then quickly stopped, is, I don't know, a bit interesting. But obviously the bench not doing anything crazy either. 0-1-1-1. So looking at this team, I've got like 0.5 in the bank, and honestly, my team looks really, really good going into game week 15. I'll do a proper team selection video tomorrow, but there's only really 2 things I need to do this week. Like, on paper, my team looks really, really good. Of course, there could be benchings and stuff like that, which could easily hurt my team, especially with it being like midweek fixtures and stuff like that. But maybe what I do this week is just get rid of Turner and bring in Dubravka. Like, it's come out now that Nick Pope's going to be out for like 4 to 5 months, so Dubravka could be a really, really nice option. The only bad problem though is that potentially they could be looking for a goalkeeper in the January transfer window, and that would be fine for Dubravka really, because you'll get him over the Christmas period, you'll get him for all those fixtures. It would also mean that I don't have to kind of go around bringing in Lascelles and stuff like that, and I can actually bring in some other defenders that might be a little bit better. But yeah, I think that Turner to Dubravka is a good shout this week. I would not go Areola to Dubravka in a million years, because it's just kind of making yourself having to make a transfer later on down the line. Again, you could probably wildcard and stuff if you've already got that. But yeah, if you got rid of Areola and then they do bring in a new goalkeeper, you'll have Turner most likely and then Dubravka, and neither of them will be playing, and it just kind of, it makes no sense. And it's just a little bit of money difference as well. Like, Areola's like, what, 4.3, Turner's 4.1 maybe, so it's only like a 0.2 difference between them. And then you may as well have Areola, who's a playing goalkeeper, and then if, you know, Dubravka does lose his spot for whatever reason, you still have Areola to back him up. Also, Areola and Dubravka actually kind of combine really, really well with the fixtures coming up. So that is, if I was going to make a transfer, that's going to be the transfer. Obviously, I could just easily roll and just play Areola, who's got Spurs away. I don't obviously expect Areola to keep a clean sheet at all against Spurs, and I don't really want them to, because I do want Son to score. But I just don't think I see Dubravka keeping a clean sheet away at Everton as well. I think that's quite a tough fixture, and I don't really want to waste a transfer bringing in Dubravka for him to concede, and then obviously not have 2 transfers going into the next game week, because for game week 16, having 2 free transfers, I could easily bring in like Gordon if he's okay. I could also get rid of, I need to get rid of Cash and Anderson as well, because their fixture is going to get really bad. Obviously, Cash's is bad now, but after Bournemouth at home, Anderson's is really bad as well. So I kind of need my 2 transfers for that, and I'll probably be bringing in a Chelsea defender and maybe a Newcastle defender as well if I don't bring in Dubravka. So there's definitely a few things to think about, and I haven't made my mind up at all. But yeah, for transfers this week, if I'm going to make one, it will be Turner to Dubravka. But again, I think it might just be more beneficial having 2 free transfers going into game week 16, especially with this busy period that we've got coming up. And I do need to get rid of Cash and Anderson, so yeah, maybe I just roll this week. But let's move on to some knee-jerk reactions for game week 15, though. Gordon, the most transferred in player, 184,000 managers bringing him in. Obviously has got that injury, that hip injury. No idea if he's going to be okay. Everton away, I think, is going to be a tough fixture for him anyway. I'm kind of thinking about bringing him in around game week 17, though, because his home form is absolutely ridiculous. His away form, I don't think it's great. It's definitely not as good as his home form. And then obviously Fulham, Luton and Forest are coming up in game week 17. It's definitely when I want a Newcastle defender as well. So that's obviously something I can think about. I mean, I could always do Cash to Lascelles this week as well if I really wanted to. But I don't know. Maybe the 2 free transfers, because I wouldn't need to play him this week. That's the issue. Like, Cash is on my bench this week, so I don't need to bring him in really. And you know, if Lascelles does get injured or something, then I've just wasted another transfer. So I think the smartest thing to do is just roll the transfer. But yeah, Gordon being brought in by a lot of managers. Obviously, you'll have to wait to see. I don't know if we're going to get any press conference. I'm not sure how it works midweek because it's such a busy period. I'm not sure if you get them like before or after with all when the like different teams are playing and stuff. But either way, we'll have to wait and see. Zinchenko also being brought in by a lot of managers. Yeah, Zinchenko actually looking like a really decent option at the moment. Like, he's getting so forward, and obviously Luton away is a fantastic fixture. And yeah, if you don't have him and you're thinking of bringing in an Arsenal defender and you want a cheap one as well, yeah, obviously Zinchenko is a lot cheaper than Saliba and stuff. Not as cheap as Gabriel, but it's if you want the kind of extra attacking threat, especially you want the kind of Liverpool defense for these 4 fixtures coming up as well there. But yeah, can completely understand why people are bringing in Zinchenko. Saka, another player that's had a few price rises lately, finally scored, which I was really happy about. His numbers looked a lot better against Wolves, but I mean, Arsenal just played really, really well. He had 0.32 and 0.69, which was really, really nice to see. Got a bonus point in like the like so far after the game, which I was really happy to see. But yeah, Luton away, obviously a fantastic fixture for Arsenal. So can't understand why people are bringing him in. But with Ødegaard being back as well, I could see him being a decent option as well. Trent also being brought in by a lot of managers. Again, yeah, it's one of those, like, he's very expensive, 8 mil. It's whether you really have like Trippier or Trent, or like if you've not got Haaland, then obviously you can use that money on players like Trippier and Trent and stuff like that. But yeah, they've obviously got some really nice fixtures coming up, and yeah, I could see him doing really well over the next few fixtures. And then also Isak being brought in by a lot of managers. Again, this all depends on when Wilson's back, because Newcastle do have some really good fixtures coming up, but if Wilson's back, then it just brings a whole rotation headache. You know, he's on penalties and stuff, obviously, if Wilson's not on the pitch. But I don't even know who takes it when Wilson's on the pitch as well. I'm not really sure. I don't know if they've had a penalty when they're both on the pitch. But yeah, like it's just a bit risky. I'd wait a little bit to see what Eddie Howe says about Wilson, because if Wilson's back like next week in like for game week 16, it's just gonna be a little bit of a problem. But obviously if he's not back, then you're fine, because Isak's a really, really good option. Anyway, though, they are the most transferred in players for game week 15. Most transferred out, we've got Matty Cash. Yeah, I mean, he's 5 mil. I mean, he's going to go down 4.9 probably before the deadline. The fixtures are terrible. Obviously 18's great. Sheffield United at home is fantastic. There is a part of me that kind of might just hold on to him until Sheffield United, but with that benching, it does kind of give me a bit of uncertainty about him. I think it'd be better if I just get rid of him at this point. Watkins also being transferred out by a lot of managers. Don't really know why. If you have him, you definitely keep him. Like, City are without Rodri. They're without Grealish. They're without Doku if his injury is bad because of yellow cards and suspensions and stuff like that. So they're actually a bit of a depleted team, and we all know how bad City are without Rodri. Like, they went on that really bad run when he got that red card against Forest. And Watkins is, you know, going to be playing against that team. So if you have Watkins, you definitely keep him. Both of these are home fixtures as well. Like, I know they're bad fixtures on paper, but there's nothing wrong with keeping him for these. And then you've obviously got him for game week 18 as well, which is a blank, which you need good players for. So yeah, I don't see why people are getting rid of Watkins. I think it's a bad idea to get rid of him 100%. Bowen also being transferred out by a lot of managers. Don't really see the point in that either. I think, yeah, that injury was a bit annoying, but he's got some alright fixtures coming up. His away form's really good. I'd definitely keep hold of Bowen. I don't really know a player that you'd really go to instead, unless you're trying to make funds, like maybe you drop him down to Gordon to try and make funds for somebody like Trent or something like that. And then Diaby, yeah, Diaby's probably a sell for me as well. His minutes are very much getting managed just like Cash's are right now. So with the options around 6.8, like if you don't have Mbeumo, you get Mbeumo. If you don't have Gordon, you get Gordon or Palmer or something like that. He's just not really worth it. And yeah, like I say, the fixtures are okay really, because they are both home games and stuff. Like, he's not going to be on the pitch, especially with this Christmas rotation. You need players that are definitely going to play, because you're just going to drop so many points. Like, appearance points might not seem a lot, but they definitely add up. And if you've got a player that's only getting like 1 every week, whereas he could be getting like 2, like it does add up a little bit. So, and then Nketiah as well getting transferred out by a lot of managers. Yeah, completely understand. Like, with Jesus back, his minutes are going to be diminished, and it's probably not really worth it. 5.6 mil strike, you may as well just drop him down to an Archer or a Semenyo or something like that, and then have a little bit of extra money for the rest of your team. But either way, they are the knee-jerk reactions for game week 15, and that is how I got in game week 14. So obviously we'll do a team selection video tomorrow, pretty early on, because obviously the deadline is tomorrow. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like down below. Hope you did well in game week 14. Best of luck with game week 15. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell, and until next time, peace.